feel like I should have ironed my shirt before this. What's up guys, Chad here with Greenlight Shooting and welcome to this new video. Today we are talking about handguards. These fancy handguards are made by Unique ARs. They're a company out of Idaho and they're doing really cool stuff, man. So they hit me up a couple weeks ago. They knew I was building an AR and they said, you need to throw one of our handguards on that gun. And I was like, heck yes, I do. I picked out the Vegas style. So this is the Vegas style. They have, I want to say like 33 different styles. They have a ton of different styles, as well as I think they do like full on custom jobs and stuff like that as well. But they do a fantastic job, as you can see here. Here's the thing, I already filmed like an intro and everything for this video. It's just as I was editing it together, it was super boring. Same with the installation. I did show the installation, but it was just really boring to watch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go a quick overview into the specs and stuff and what you can expect out of these things. I'll just touch on the installation so you have an idea of how it installs. But after that, I just wanna show this thing at the range, man. I think that's what matters most about this, is how it looks at the range, how it functions, and just the overall build quality, stuff like that. So from time to time, I may cut back to that previous footage. Don't be alarmed if that happens. I'll do my best to try and make it seamless, but I'm gonna use some of that older footage. Okay, so for the details and specs, this is a free float handguard. Handguard, if you're not familiar, it just covers your barrel, it covers your gas system, all that stuff, gives you a spot to put your hands. So that's what these are intended to do. These come in different sizes. I think it's 9, 12, and 15 inches are what they sell it in. This specific one is 15 inches. They are made out of aluminum, 6061 T6, I believe. All that information as far as the tech specs and everything, and all the breakdowns and everything like that, you can find on their website as well. But what I want to talk about is really the quality and the craftsmanship that go into these. Now, I mentioned there are a lot of different designs. There are a lot of cool patriotic designs, like their wing and skull is their real popular one. They have a bunch of ones like that do really well for them. I think they're really aesthetically pleasing. I just wanted something a little toned down for my gun. This one specifically I thought was pretty cool because it almost looks like just a normal handguard from far away, but the closer up you get to it, you can start to see these really cool details that just set it apart. You can see that orange under there. That orange is just a piece of paper, by the way. It's the instructions. I think they just fold it up and put it in there so that it kind of helps accentuate some of the designs. But when this thing is mounted on your gun, that orange will not be there. And I just think it looks really high end. Like this diamond stitching here, it just finishes it off really well. But what I want to talk about is when I was looking at these online, you know, I wasn't sure how the quality of like the cuts were gonna be, the bevels and stuff like that. But if you can tell, they're extremely crisp. It's really, really impressive. Like there's no, Mars or there's no issues at all. Like it's very, very, every cut has a clean line. Yeah, I mean, the bevels are smooth. It's really cool. It feels really high end. It looks really high end. Price wise, you're looking between about $175 and I think $275, depending on length and design for their different handguards. Okay, let's talk a little bit about installation now. Like I said, I do have some footage of that. But before we get into that, when this ships, when it arrives, you can just get it in a tube. And on this end here, there's actually 2 barrel nuts that fit inside this. And you just I had a hard time getting it out. I just had to kind of go back and forth and really give it some pressure, but it popped out. So there are 2 barrel nuts. There's a big one that fits over your upper receiver. You can see me putting that on right here. You just put a little bit of Loctite on that, blue Loctite, screw that down, and then make sure that the gas port, like the hole for the gas tube, lines up with your upper. And then as you can see right here, I just use an Allen wrench to kind of keep that in place, and I let that cure overnight. Then this is the next day here. Once the barrel's in, there's a smaller barrel nut that fits over the barrel and actually screws into the larger barrel nut. So hand tighten that down, put some blue Loctite on it, and then you can go ahead and torque that to whatever specs you want, and just let that cure once again overnight. Then once you're all set up with your gas system and stuff, you're just gonna slide this handguard over top the barrel and over top that larger barrel nut. And then there are 6 little screws that you're just gonna screw in around the handguard itself. Now keep in mind, there is a Unique AR's logo right here on top of the handguard. You can actually position that on top or on the bottom of the gun, depending if you wanna show it off or not, which I thought was pretty cool of them. So that's really all there was to the installation. Everything went smooth. I had no issues. I really messed with that nut a bunch to see how strong that blue Loctite was, and it was going nowhere, man. So I felt really good about it. The last part of the installation is this little tack rail right here. I've already got it installed, but as you can see, it's just a little piece of like Picatinny rail, basically. It is proprietary to them to be able to mount onto this, so you do have to buy that in addition to the handguard. kind of a pain, I know, but you know, it is what it is. So I got this little piece here just for a bipod. You can get them on the sides, you can get them on the top. They do have them pre-drilled, and all they are is just little like Allen keys to put them in. So super simple. But yeah, once I got that all figured out and set up, I wanted to see how this thing worked at the range. That's the important part, right? So check out this little edit here of my first visit to the range with this handguard and my first visit to the range with the AR in general. As you saw there, I was legitimately like the star of the range. Like the range officers, everyone was coming up to me because they wanted to see the gun and see how it worked and check out this awesome looking handguard. I'm stoked to show this thing off. Like when I show the gun to people, I point out the handguard first because it's so different, right? It's unique. That's Unique AR handguards, man. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really excited about this handguard. I can't say enough good things about this. Working with the company was great. I actually had to call them for customer service at one point, as well as working, you know, with my contact there, and everyone was very generous with their time and willing to help out. So super stoked to be able to make this video for Unique ARs. So as you guys know, if I'm going to back a product, I really like to try and get you guys something out of it. Unique ARs is really a luxury brand. You know, they don't really offer a lot of discount codes or anything, but what they were willing to work out was some free shipping for you guys. So save yourself a couple bucks. Use Greenlight Ship Free if you want to pick one of these bad boys up for your gun. If you do, definitely send me a picture of it. I'd love to see how it turns out. And yeah, man, Unique ARs gets 2 big thumbs up from Greenlight Shooting. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you have any experience with Unique ARs or any other kind of handguard out there? Yeah, let me know. I'd love to check them out. Share this video if you think some other people might enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel. We got a lot more good stuff coming. And yeah, man, thank you. We'll catch you next time on Greenlight Shooting.